Welcome, everybody. This is John Paul Mendocha, Speech Sign. This is Raging Verbalist number 286. For those keeping track, hopefully you are. Welcome back. It's going to be a little bit of a different one. Raging Verbalist, I talk about a variety of topics of things that, hit me and say, geez, I need to talk about them and rage about them a little bit. Don't veer too much off into politics. Sometimes I do. But today's kind of a special one. And if you saw the thumbnail and if you saw some of that, what I ended up with is a spiral fracture of my index finger, and it means that I am trying to turn righty, righty, because I am a lefty, and got it in a car accident. That was one of those kind of crazy things. You talk about, you know, how collisions happen. It was on a driving trip, had multiple delays, had multiple things, and 3 seconds changed my life in a real way right now. Now it should heal up, hopefully. Got to go to the hand surgeon. Right now I've got it in a splint, and it's really painful. And I'm trying to learn how to do things with my right hand. And all I can tell you is that went on AI, right? Because AI is our salvation for everything, and said, what does it take to go from left-handed to right-handed? And they said, well, it's a complex problem that's not easily solved. And what you'll discover is that most things seem awkward, if not impossible to do. Writing is by far the hardest thing. And, just plan on going through a lot of issues. So writing, right now, because I write things out a lot, I'm a guy who likes to draw little boxes and do all those things. And well, that's kind of out the door. So right now I'm trying to learn how to brush my teeth with my right hand. Left hand keeps getting bumped into things because of course it's how I lead in on things. So I'm now trying to retrain my head the other way. So all I can tell you is that it is a very challenging process. Hopefully it won't be lasting too long. Maybe I'll learn a few things of how to do stuff right-handedly. But if you ever want to change from one hand to the other, I can tell you, just say no. I know there are some real show-offs out there who are ambidextrous and probably say, well, it's really not that hard. They're a very rare breed, I can tell you that. And everything seems awkward. Now, a good friend, co-conspirator, co-author, business partner, Gabe, tells me that one of the things that they teach people who learn piano, he is quite good at it. He actually has taught many students at a variety of levels, including the college level, is that they try to teach them how to use their non-dominant hand and kind of do exercises for that. I am now trying to figure out how to do things with my right hand that I never thought I was going to do, and deal with that. It is one of those challenges that one never imagines. Just about everything that I do, I have to kind of stop and delay. That's another cool thing that happens, not cool fun, but thing that happens, which is it takes a lot longer for me to do things than I would otherwise have done them because, of course, now everything that was easy and natural becomes more challenging. Also, you can't pick up things because, you use two hands if you got them, and that becomes an issue. And then trying to get some paperwork filled out. They're asking me to sign things. Well, kind of hard to sign it. Now, I guess put it in my mouth and, wiggle it around and see if I can make that work. That's going on right now, and something that I'm dealing with and learning from. I'll share with you how it works and how it gets better. It was, not fun to go to the urgent care. So I just thought I had like a bump, bruise or something. And she walked in, the doctor, and she said, well, x-rays have proved it, and you have a perfect example of what a spiral fracture looks like on your index finger. And all we can do is isolate it, give you some pills, tell you to go see a hand surgeon, and let's hope it grows back and it all works out for the better. And heidi ho, here we go. So that's happening. And of course, my life continues to go on. It is why certain things got pushed to the side and moved along and didn't happen the way they thought they were going to do. Learning how to type with one hand, that's kind of fun. Not doing voice recognition. So if you get anything from me, or those of you who know me well, you might get some strange, funny things. Now, for anybody who tells me that the voice recognition has gotten to the 90 plus or 95% level, put the bong down, man. I mean, that ain't happening. Because what it does is it picks up stuff, and there are words that it just doesn't get nailed down. I am working more on that. Now, I've talked about the importance of using these kind of tools, and I've been using them for a long time. But I can tell you that we are a long ways away from it to be seamless communications. And I've just decided to go with it and push ahead, and then I will just ramble on and send it off to people, whether it's through text or WhatsApp or even an email, and not waste any time trying to figure out how to edit this stuff because I just don't have the patience to do it. And away we go. So, with that in mind, I would just remind everybody that if you are watching this when you're supposed to be, it's U.S. Independence Day. Hopefully, you are finding your independence. I have a certain dependence, which I did not anticipate I was going to have, and that dependence isn't a lot of fun. So go out there and have a great 4th of July. Don't go out and do anything crazy or any of that stuff. Be safe around those fireworks. And what we can do is the Raging Verbalist is going to rage on. I will have more opinions as I go through this, and I will overcome it and find a way to move this along. So, with that, not even a shameless plug today. Well, come on, I got to do a shameless plug, don't I? Let's do a shameless plug. So, what we can do is I can point out to you that if you want to go check us out, of course, is we have a YouTube channel. We also have a Facebook channel, and more importantly, we have a channel that allows you to go out and buy the book. Nope, wrong way. The book, which is Most Businesses Fail in the First 5 Minutes, it just takes them 3 to 5 years to realize it. Go pick that up at Amazon, Barnes and Noble, wherever books are sold. You can ask for it physically. You can also get it from us directly at positiontowinbook.com, positiontowinbook.com, and I will autograph it. I guess my autograph may change. So if you're some of the early ones who got it, who knows? That might be worth even more. Also, you can get it from Kindle or Nook or Apple iBooks. And then on the other side is Remote Work for a Better World. And if I can see, that's the beauty of having it on a green tape. It just keeps dissolving away. Thinks it's a green screen. And Remote Work for a Better World still is a book that will help you do what I do, what most people do, which is learning how to do things in a virtual way. So with that, I just want to thank you for joining me on this special occasion of Raging Verbalist. I wish I was coming to talking about a message of independence and all that. But what I'm really talking about is, when life gives you those things that you didn't expect and those changes that you didn't want to deal with, well, you have to. And that's the point of it. Don't crawl up in a ball. Just go out there and make things happen. And maybe we'll see if this occasion to make me right-handed is going to pay off. And all I can say is right on. All right, everybody have a great one, and we'll be seeing you on the next Raging Verbalist.